Hey there, good morning. Welcome to Breakfast with Bridgett. The time now is 7:30 on this Wednesday. It's Wednesday, January 3rd, 2023. It's 1/3/24. So thanks for being with us this morning. Hope you're keeping warm and I hope you're getting your umbrella ready. Meteorologist Candace Campos is tracking some more changes, and you called this a roller coaster week, Candace.
Yeah, it's funny, Bridget. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, it's interesting because during this time of the year, I just ate a sour candy.
I know I almost knocked over my yogurt, right? That's why I
Mm.
was looking down when I started.
I had a little biscuit, leftover biscuit from my
Mm.
chicken and dumplings last
I'm
night.
excited about this. I'm gonna come back there and save some so I can maybe try
It's
a
a
sample.
I'm not a big samples. I'm not a big fan of New Year's resolutions, but I do like having a goal set in mind.
Okay.
So my goal is to maybe cook a little more.
Mm-hmm. I
You
like
know,
that.
trying to stretch you know, our options because you get so
Yeah.
stuck in a rut with the same thing over and over again. So, I'm trying. So if you're going to come up with a good idea that you're going to cook something, let me know because
Okay.
I'll need some help.
Well, I
Yeah.
did put a twist on my New Year's dishes this year. So I always make, we talked about this, the collard greens, the black eyed peas, but this
Mhm.
year I put more veggies in with the black eyed peas, almost
Ooh,
like a sort of my take on Hoppin' John, but cooked it in with the black eyed peas. So
that
we'll
sounds
talk
really
about
good.
that later, and I'll get your
Okay.
dumplings recipe because I think the kids might like that.
It's easy. It's one
Mm-hmm.
pot. It's kind of throw everything in at times and then
Mm-hmm.
it
That's
is what
Southern
it is.
comfort right there too.
Well, you know what? And it was kind of nice. It was a little chilly last night. It was perfect if you wanted to make like a stew or a soup. But
Mm-hmm.
as we head into the next couple of days, roller coaster, not really with temperatures, but with rain chances,
Mm-hmm.
Bridget. So that's going to be the big change. So let's take it to the maps, show you what's going on across the area. Let me not show you the 7 day just yet. Temperatures right now are in the 40s all across the area, 42 in the villages. 48 in Sanford. We're at 46 degrees in Kissimmee. Now, as we take you here hour by hour, Bridget, it's going to be a nice day. Temperatures will be back into the upper 60s. It will be a touch warmer this afternoon, but we are going to start adding more cloud cover ahead of our next front. So this is going to be a series of fronts. The first will come later on tonight. Rain chances will increase up to about a 50% throughout the evening. So after the sun goes down by about 9, 10 o'clock, we will start to see some of that moisture spread from west to east ahead of our next front. Most of the rain should be clearing out by daybreak. So here's just a quick snapshot of 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. Many folks out and about by that point. It looks like we will keep the clouds in place for a few hours, but most of the rain has already exited the region. We'll see our skies clear. The breeze will come out of the north. It will be a nice, cooler afternoon come Thursday, but we just have to get through some of that rain. So, the rainmaker number one there is on the bottom of your screen, moving through the Gulf of Mexico. That's the one coming through tonight. Then we have a secondary front that's pushing through, bringing a lot of rain and snow across the Rockies through the Pacific Northwest. That's going to start moving in on Saturday, increasing our chance of rain once again. So, normally this time of the year, we always talk about the roller coaster temperatures. But although the cold fronts will bring little changes here and there, it's more of a baby roller coaster. It's really not going to be anything drastic. What we will notice is a big swing in our rain chances. So for today, that 20% really is the last 3 hours of the day. We'll increase that chance of rain early tomorrow morning. Again, that 60%, don't think it's going to be an all day soggy Thursday. It's going to be the complete opposite. We'll be dry most of the day. Will dry out for Friday, and then rain chances surge back more throughout the day on Saturday, unfortunately. So if you have outdoor plans for your first weekend of the new year, just do be aware it could be a little bit on the soggier side. Rain chances kind of taper off a little bit, but kind of stay in the forecast through Sunday and Monday. And then we are watching the approach of another cold front come through on Tuesday. So with that being said, rain chances do go up and down pretty considerably, but temperatures not so much. It's going to go gradual, be in mid 60s, then low 70s, back to the mid 60s, back to low 70s. So temperature wise, it will be a mild stretch. Unfortunately, though, we're going to be adding a whole lot of rain, which is not the worst news. We do need the rain. It is the dry season, and any rain that we can accumulate through these months will certainly be helpful as we start moving more into more of that April, May time where we tend to start seeing a lot of those brush fire concerns, especially during an El Nino year. But this is very typical of an El Nino winter where we will continue to tap into a lot of moisture moving in from the west, and it will be relatively soggy for the next couple of days. Not a complete washout all day. You know, if you had the kids still at home this week and you need them to be out and about, whether it's playing outside or running some errands, it's not going to be a washout of event whatsoever. Just do be aware, Saturday looks like the soggiest of the days for the weekend.
Yeah, and when we talk about soggy, that means, a different activity than the park and the playtime. And I know that you
Yes.
have some excited kiddos with some new
Oh,
playtime options.
all right. So it's safe for me now to explain what happened. So we got a playset, which feels like months ago. Had this big old box in the garage. The kids
You had
never
me
used,
ready to order this thing. I was going to order it too. I told you
and
to send me the link. Yeah.
it's great. It's a great little playset. We got it for a real great deal. If you're watching us at home and you're thinking, I'm going to buy a playset for my child, before you're going to surprise them and build it, make sure all the pieces are there. That's my PSA. About half the hardware was missing, Bridget. And I was devastated because I wanted to give it to them for Christmas morning. It was from mommy and daddy. It was obviously not something that they asked for Santa, but it was something that we wanted to give them. So
Right.
then all of a sudden we couldn't give it to them. Thankfully, I'm going to say this, it was raining Christmas morning, so I didn't feel too bad. Finally, the pieces came in. The company, sent everything in. We were able to build it, and the reaction was great. And now all they want to do. So today is early dismissal day. It's on Wednesday, and my kids are like, "How early can you pick us up? Because we need to get to the play area." So
There, and I was going to do it too, but my yard doesn't have the right slope to do that right now.
I have
but
something to help you. There's these
Okay.
little risers that you can add. You buy them separately, and
Uh-huh.
you can add them, and it basically helps balance out the playset
Oh.
without having to level your entire
Okay.
backyard.
And then I can just get Eric Von Anken to come over.
That would be a great segment.
Right?
That would
I
be a
mean,
great segment. Why didn't I think of that?
see?
We should have talked about this earlier. But yes,
Yeah.
the pieces everything
And
came
you
together.
used
We're
my
still
idea to
about
surprise them. You wrap the windows in wrapping paper, and then
I
that was
did.
the big reveal. Like they're like, "What's going on here? Why is
Well,
the
we told them, we said, Mommy and Daddy have your Christmas present that was a little late.
delayed?" Yeah,
And they said, "Well, why are you wrapping the window?" And my husband joked, like, "Well, we
yeah.
purchased a house. This house is your gift." And they were like looking at us like, "No, it's not." Your shelter, your food,
Yeah.
clothes, all that fun stuff. But they loved it, and the weather's going to be nice today again. So I'm
Very
getting
nice.
so much done inside the house while they play outside. So
I know. And then tomorrow you'll have to dry off the slide and different things so they can use it
we
again
learned about
tomorrow.
morning dew over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
said, "You told me it wasn't going to rain." This already at 6 years old. They're like,
Now you're
"You didn't say it was
explaining.
going to rain, Mom." And I was like, "Well, it's called morning dew. It's not rain. It's when this happens." So now we have these little microfiber cloths that sit outside, and they get to wipe it down.
Very nice, very nice. Well,
Yes.
it was your birthday back on the 29th, and you
Yes.
have a birthday twin who is back from her break.
I
Kathleen is
know.
here,
The producer extraordinaire.
and
of
I'm
this
going to
thing.
get a camera for her so that she can start chiming in. But welcome back to
All of a sudden, you'll
Kathleen.
start seeing her like,
She's right here. Come wave. Come just wave.
"Come wave, birthday
wave."
twin."
Can I come wave?
Hi. So Kathleen is the mastermind behind everything we're doing over here, and Brenda filled in for her while she was on break, and
Yeah.
but now she's back, and we're happy to have her back.
Yes.
And she partied it up, so maybe you need to trade notes on how to
Listen,
throw
she
down
knows how to
with that
party.
December 29th birthday.
She
Okay.
knows how to party. We might have to do a duo party next year.
Yes, and Louis
She
Bolden.
always has a theme. She's always so well
Yes.
thought out. With me, it's like, okay.
I'm thinking let's put something together for next December.
Okay.
Okay.
Or we'll do
All
a
right.
half birthday. That was a good
Yes, the half birthday is where it's at. So let's look at that.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Candace. Well, we will
Bye,
get
Bea.
ready for that rain later. Thank you.
Got it. Mm-hmm.
Want to get to a few headlines here now. We have plenty of news today, and one of the big headlines is a major update to a story we've been following almost 2 years now. You may remember a shooting that happened with some suspected shoplifters outside of the Target on 192 near Kissimmee, and it involved some deputies who happened to be in that area doing a training at the same time. A grand jury has decided not to charge the Osceola County deputies involved in that deadly shooting, and one man was killed, 2 others were hurt. The sheriff is expected to make some comments today about this, and the state attorney is also weighing in. Here's Ezzy Castro.
State Attorney Andrew Bain says the Osceola County deputies who shot 3 shoplifting suspects, killing one of them, will not face criminal charges. The announcement was made last night after the case was presented to the grand jury.
After hearing the witnesses and the evidence, the grand jury did not believe that charges should be brought against the 2 officers involved in the shooting of the individual that passed away, Mr. Baez, and the 2 other individuals that were shot by law enforcement that day.
The case was the first to be reviewed since Bain announced a new policy surrounding the use of force involving officers.
About 3 months ago, I instituted a new use of deadly force policy for officer-involved shootings in the 9th Circuit. I've said that all our cases will be presented to the grand jury, and that process that I outlined was for the purpose of having a uniform, balanced approach.
Attorney Mark Nejame, who represents the families of the 3 men, says he's not surprised about the decision, but was glad to hear the investigation is not over.
We are ecstatic. We are overjoyed. We expected this result to come from the grand jury. What we did not expect is for them to say, we want to get into it more. What are the policies? What are the procedures? What are the protocols?
So we'll keep you updated on that as it continues to develop. In Deltona, there's an interesting story about some new dog ordinances. The city passed a new one aimed at protecting pets, and commissioners call it the Baric Law. Is it Baric Law? Okay, Baric Law. They passed that last night. But it basically was kickstarted a couple years ago by members of the community who had witnessed a dog named Baric seemingly being neglected. And the new rules require fans or air conditioners be provided for dogs who are outside when the temperature is over 90 degrees. And it also makes it a violation to transport a dog unconstrained in the cab of a pickup truck. The new rules went into effect immediately. And for a complete breakdown of the rules, head to clickorlando.com. This is a story that will have people talking. A Tesla crashed into a home in Winter Park. This happened on New Year's morning, and it was a scary start to the year for this local family who lived at the home. News 6's Jerry Askin explains how this crash happened just feet away from where the children were sleeping.
You know, we're freaking out. We don't know what to do. Nobody prepares you for a Tesla or a car, you know, ending up in your house.
A terrifying experience for Mason Gregory, his wife, and their 2 small kids who woke up to a loud boom around 5:30 the morning of New Year's Day. This video shows the crash, a Tesla hitting 2 trees before making its way inside their dining room.
One of the tow truck drivers said that if it wasn't for this camphor tree here that slowed him down, he'd have gone all the way through the house.
Here's debris left over from the dining room window. Gregory said the scariest part is that their kid's bedroom was only about 10 feet away. He said they're so thankful to be alive. Winter Park Police declined an on-camera interview with News 6 on Tuesday, but they told me over the phone the 20-year-old driver was unfamiliar with the operation of the vehicle and that a mechanical issue occurred which caused the crash, but they wouldn't specify what that issue was. The driver was cited for violation of stop sign and failure to stop, and they told me there was no information suggesting the driver was using Tesla's autopilot feature. The driver and the 2 adult passengers were not hurt. Mason Gregory has questions about the crash.
I want to know if he was impaired. I want to know why he was speeding down this road.
I asked Winter Park Police. They told me there was no indication that drugs or alcohol were involved, and because of that, police said there was no blood alcohol test performed.
We could have all been killed, or one of our kids could have been killed by a car that just coming through our house in the morning while everybody's sleeping. It's terrifying.
And back here outside this home where you can see this window is boarded up and there's debris still left here on the ground. I did request the official crash report and the body camera video from Winter Park Police. Police are also encouraging drivers to take time to learn their vehicle and its features. I've also reached out to Tesla for comment. In Winter Park, I'm Jerry Askin, getting results, News 6.
Lots of questions still yet to be answered on that, but definitely something to think about. Maybe if you're, new to your vehicle, or maybe thinking about renting one or borrowing one, just the risk that might be involved with that. But of course, we'll keep you posted if any more updates come out of that. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. Welcome back. We have some health news to get to. And, if you have children in school or you're out in the public a lot, you've probably noticed quite a few bugs going around, more and more people wearing masks. COVID is still going around. And right now we're following some updates that are showing that respiratory illness is on the rise. This is a health alert across the country. Doctors are sounding the alarm as cases of COVID, RSV, and flu are on the rise. And I've spoken to some of my own doctor friends who confirm that for me. But when it comes to flu and RSV, Florida is seeing high and very high levels in some places. The Department of Health for the state has the most up-to-date data taken just before Christmas, and it shows flu outbreaks in several central Florida counties, including Orange, Osceola, Seminole, Brevard, and Volusia. I know flu already went through my house. Coworker was telling me they had flu over the Christmas break. And doctors say the best thing you can do to protect you and your family is just try to practice cleaning, all the surfaces, keeping hands clean, and getting your flu shot. So, do what you can out there to stay safe and healthy. We want to talk to you about Make Ends Meet. 2024 could be the year of digital vehicle titles. If you've had to go into DMV or been looking for your title, you probably ran across this already. But the software was showcased to more than 40 DMVs across the country, including Florida. And News 6 investigator Mike Holfeld spoke to the developer in this Make Ends Meet.
The number one thing we're focused on is ease of use for everybody who touches this platform.
He's the high-energy founder of Cario, a group of former auto industry pros bringing digital blockchain to the world of car titles.
What we see down here is the record of every title transfer that you've done.
That demonstration offers just a glimpse of how we all will access automotive titles in the future.
Our interface also allows you to digitize an existing paper title.
Paper titles are going digital, and state DMVs are listening coast to coast. CEO Nathan Hecht.
What may concern Florida may be different for Tennessee. What may concern New York may be different in California.
Hecht tells News 6 security, affordability, and ease of use are the common questions. As of this month, the company has already contacted more than 40 DMVs in the Northeast and West with 21 in-person presentations. In other words, you may be able to grab a digital copy of your vehicle title sometime in 2024.
We have around a dozen that are close, and we hope in Q1 of 24 to start to launch some of those programs with some of those states.
Mike Holfeld, getting results, News 6.
In Florida, we have an update about a story involving a teenager who went on their first flight but ended up at the wrong destination. This Tampa boy is just 16 years old, and he was supposed to be headed to Ohio to visit his mom. So he boarded a Frontier flight. Everything seemed to be fine, but that flight landed in Puerto Rico. Frontier says both flights, the one to Ohio and the one to Puerto Rico, were leaving from the same gate, so that's how the confusion got in there. The teen says a gate agent looked at his boarding pass but didn't scan it. That was another thing that happened. Frontier has apologized. Of course, they say the team was immediately flown back to Tampa and put on a flight to Ohio the next day. I think if that happened to me, you could just leave me in San Juan. But I'm sure Mom was not happy about that. But glad he is safe and he got to go see Mom eventually there. A great story about a woman who went skydiving. The thing about this story that is unique is she's 100 years young. Destiny Santana went along for the flight and tells us more about Glendine Hamilton and her bravery.
I'm out here to see my neighbor, Glendine Hamilton, fly and then come down out of the airplane.
What birthday is it?
100.
Must be exciting to see all your friends out here watching this.
I hope I get to hug them all. I wanted to, and I didn't ask, what do you think about it? Or do you mind if I do, my husband? Or would you like to do it? Or can we afford it? I wanted to.
Happy birthday to you!
Why did you choose to go skydiving today on your 100th birthday?
Just cause. Why not? Now let's put it this way, so others could see that it is possible, and if they want to do it. It's fierce. I mean, strong, and I loved it. I loved it every bit.
Thank you, Bill. Woo!
Great. You go, girl. Miss Glendine Hamilton. Yes, Queen. Keep going. She is fierce, like she said, and that inspires us all to, step out, do something, be brave. And if you can't be brave today, hopefully you have some more years to work up that bravery. I know it's going to take me a few more years to work up the bravery to do that, but she's awesome to do that at 100 years young. Wow. We have an insider contest to tell you about, too. We want you to know that the Insider program always has these contests going on. You do have to be an insider, though, to enter the contest. And being an insider is free. You just go on clickorlando.com and sign up to be an insider, where you'll have access to exclusive stories and content, and most importantly, these contests. So the latest one is enter to win a family 4-pack of tickets to Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey's The Greatest Show on Earth. And you have through January 7th to get entered in to win this. And the circus is coming to town. It will be at the Kia Center, formerly the Amway Center, from January 12th through the 15th. And, the show is a little different these days. They've retired many of the animal performers, and this is a totally new show. And the ringmaster is actually a local. She's also making history. We'll have more on that coming up next week. But get in your chances to win. That is a giveaway of 4 tickets to 5 different winners. So you have plenty of chances to win, and you have through January 7th to enter. The show, again, running January 12th through the 15th. And you can enter through Sunday, so we hope that you'll take advantage of that. And if you want to see something on Breakfast with Bridgett, let us know. You can email us. Kathleen gets those emails. Just go to bwb@wkmg.com or breakfastwithbridgett@wkmg.com. And we'd love to hear from you, what you'd like to see on this show, and any questions or concerns that you have. We want to hear from you. But we thank you for joining us this morning. We'll have much more coming up tomorrow at 7:30. We hope to see you then. And I'll see you at noon right here on News 6. Take care.